Hello. Hi, everyone. Hello, Atare. Hello, Mare. Hello, Thunder Phoenix. Hello, Olive and Ouija Fan and Moth. Am I missing anyone? I apologize if I am. But hi, everyone. How are you all doing today? Welcome in. Welcome in. How was our weekends, everyone? Sorry, I just got a text. Oh. That's a situation I'll have to unpack another time. Hello, everyone. You know, I do know how you've been. You've been in so much shit, Mare. I am so sorry. Oh, jeez. Can't decide if I'm gonna go to the gym at some point during stream or soon after. I mean, I don't know. What are the pros and cons of the times that you're thinking of? What's good about going during stream? What's good about going after stream? You gotta figure out what would make you happier. I've been at Nana's for a week because bathroom has been getting demoed. Ooh. I hope demoed to be like renovated, right? Or are you just, is your house just losing a bathroom for some reason? I hope, you know, they're just fixing the bathroom. I worked overtime on Friday and Saturday to make up for the amount of money I spent on one game and one game console. Oh, Ouija Fan. Oh, Ouija Fan. The life of a collector, hey? Gotta keep making that money, so you gotta keep spending it on old retro things, especially. My Friday was really unproductive, but I finally committed to waking up earlier, so I had a lot more time in these past 2 days. Yeah, waking up earlier is... just doing anything to do with sleep schedules can be rough. But I'm glad that you are seemingly doing quite well with it. I now have a rare game, which is arriving soon. Well, drop the name! Can't just say you got a rare game coming and then just not tell us what it is. Ugh. Went undefeated in this week's VG League. Well, congratulations, dude. I woke up at 4 PM today, which was only 4 hours ago. See, that's alright too. Like, everyone has different sleep schedules. Just as long as my neighbors have a very different sleep schedule. They came at like 11 PM last night to move out their furniture. So that was a lot of banging and bustling through very thin walls, so nobody could sleep because of them. So that was delightful. As long as you're not disturbing anyone by being louder later, then there's no real problem. I've been so good at going to bed early lately, but last time I went to sleep at 3 AM because I had a birthday party. Ooh, happy early birthday, Olive! Are you comfortable with telling us your actual birthday? When is it? And a happy birthday. Did you get any good presents at the party? Did you get anything cool? You went to a Death Note escape room? That sounds cool as hell. Hello? I love the sound of that. I've only been to one escape room in my entire life, and I need to go to more because I had so much fun. Hey, Cass, how you doing? It's on Wednesday? Oh my goodness, it's on Community Day. If you come to the Community Day, Olive, it could be a birthday party for you. Oh my gosh. My neighbors somehow have a new dog, several screaming children, and an affinity for fireworks, so that's always fun. Is the fireworks not illegal? Hello, Mesa. I didn't realize who redeemed the pipe. It was Mesa. I'm alright. How you been? I've been alright. I also went to bed a little late last night. I usually go to bed like between 10 and 11, but last night I did go to bed after 11 because I had D&D last night, and I got home at like 9:30, and then my brain needs to take some time to like decompress before I got like ready for bed. So I went to bed a little late last night because of the D&D evening. Sunday I hang out with one of my IRL best friends and a bunch of other people playing this one social deduction game that kind of reminded me of Town of Salem. What was the Town of Salem? What was the game called? Now you gotta give me the game. And then some Pokemon TCG Pocket with Atare. Hell yeah. I hope the shenanigans were very enjoyable. Why do I still have Discord open? Close, please. Fireworks are illegal or not, depending on where you are in the world. Yeah, I feel like you should look into whether fireworks are illegal to set off in your area, because that sounds like a serious hazard. That reminds me, I took off the 2 days before my birthday, so I'll probably be here for next month's community day. Let's go! That'll be fun. How's D&D? D&D was very fun. I love this D&D campaign that my friend has come up with, because it's like basically what I figured out is that, so at the end of a session, our DM will make us pull a tarot card. And what I figured out last night is that each tarot card represents a character in the story. So we'll pull that tarot card at the end of the session, and then over the 2 weeks before the next session, our DM will figure out how to put that character in the game. We'll figure out how to work that character into the specifically upcoming session. So it was really fun figuring that out. Something really silly happened last night though. Let me find it. I sent it to a couple of Discords, but I won't send it to the Strawberry Patch because it has like people's real names in them and stuff like that, so I'm not doing that. But so we had a big part of yesterday's session was fighting a werewolf, and all of our insight checks were rolling fairly low, so we didn't realize that the wolf was like the wolf form of an NPC that we knew. And it took us a long time to figure that out. And after the session, and then he ended up turning back into the normal form. But after the session, I kind of asked a joke thing to the group chat that was like, wait, is this character naked right now because he turned into a wolf and now he's no longer a wolf? And then our DM's like, no, he still has his tunic on. The bonus of having loose monk clothes. And then I went, wait, how did we not realize that this wolf had clothes on? And not recognize that he was the NPC we knew from the clothes that he was still wearing in wolf form. It was very, very silly. Our DM was like, I just assumed you were role-playing your bad insight checks, and I had to be like, no, I don't think we even realized it. That's what you get for having a -2 wisdom modifier. Oh, Mesa. Oh, Mesa. My character's highest stats equal high. I think they're the same number. I think they're both 18, or they're 18 and 17. They're wisdom and intelligence. My guy is the smartest character in the party. And just none of us realized that he had clothes on. So that's how that went. That's one of the downsides of playing an incredibly intelligent character, is that you as the player are often not as intelligent as the character you are playing, and it reflects on the character being less intelligent than he's supposed to be. So, but then on the other hand, the character I play in my other campaign that I'm in, I feel like I play her too intelligent. Like, I come up with smart ideas that I feel like my character wouldn't know how to come up with. So I feel like I play my smart character too dumb, and I play my dumb character too smart. It's it's a struggle. Tallulah, my beloved. I love Tallulah, though I will say, her coming up with the idea that maybe there are two... What's the character? Gaius? That there was maybe a changeling pretending to be Gaius half the time? I feel like that's something Tallulah should not have figured out, but our DM, like, didn't have me, like, roll for it, so... That theory was 200 IQ. Yeah, Yeah. The fact that I'm playing two campaigns at once, I wanted to make sure that I was playing two incredibly different characters. So, one character in the campaign is a very short, very strong, very athletic, dexterous character, and she's very feisty, and she's a fighter. She loves knives. She's cool as hell. And then my other character, Osprey, he's incredibly intelligent. He's an order domain cleric, and he's quite possibly the first lawful character I have ever played in D&D, or the first time I have ever wanted to play a lawful character in D&D. He's very arrogant, he's very intelligent, he's a dickhead. So I find it really cool having to switch up between these two characters in the different campaigns and stuff like that, and also just kind of develop different dynamics with different NPCs and other characters and other players and stuff like that. I want to play D&D again, but folks are always pretty busy. I mean, if you, like... The thing is, you don't always have to make, like, like, a full campaign. If you ever want to, like, run a one-shot, there's always the opportunity to do shorter stories. And they don't have to necessarily be D&D. They can be, like, one-shots from other, like, tabletop RPGs, like, You Awaken in a Strange Place. I've played a couple of You Awaken in a Strange Place, and those have always been really fun. Are we gonna do squares today? We are indeed! I have not had the chance to play today. It's been about 5 years since I last played. Jeez, dude! Pick it back up. Hello? Damn. Yes, we are indeed playing the squares today. I haven't even given this squares a look. Okay, knots, and knots. That's not a word. Okay. The more you know. Moth? Oh, of course! Our moth. Like the many moths. Well, I wouldn't say many, but you know, the good amount of moths that we get in our stream chat. Mouth, port, and ports. Port and ports. Hello, G Charizard, how you doing? puts. How about ruts? Or just ruts? Mutt. Must. Mutts. And trust and good. Trust? What is wrong with my mouse? It's been really weird. Oh, the word wasn't good. You've been good. I'm glad you've been good. I was like, where's the G? I can't seem to find the G yet. Mutton and rust. How about puts? Oh, I did that already. Did I? How about putt and putts? Like mini golf. But I'm glad you've been well. Purrs. Oh, that's good. I don't know. Mort. Oh. Moors. Okay, we're getting the bonus words now. Paw and paws. Okay, slow down. You don't have to give us the entire word list. Give me time to think a bit, you know? Let's see. Monk. A highlighted message? I hate doing this, but can you please scroll up in chat to see the game I got? Oh, I mean, okay. You could have just repeated it with the highlight my message instead of asking me to scroll up. There we go. You got Sonic Jam for the Sega Saturn. It was $250. Damn. That is a lot, but good job on snagging that. Good job on getting that for your collection. Ruth. Oh, a word. Did not expect it to be. Funk. Oh! Okay, cool. Monk, I just did that. Just did that. Trout. Ooh, that's a good one. How about route? There we go. Truth? Did we not do that? We didn't. Nice. Thinking. Stomp, stump, and romp. Okay. Stomp. Stump. I don't think romp. Okay. I was gonna say, I don't think romp. I can't see how romp works. Tomorrow, I'm gonna get the Saturn itself from a friend at work for 120 so I can actually play the game. Damn. Well, good job. I hope you enjoy the game a lot. But unts. Uno? No, Uno's. What is wrong with my mouse? It's not, like, going far enough. Sump. That's a word? Let's, I don't know, sont. Punt and punts. There we go. What? Punt and punts were bonus? Not a fan of that. Tuts. What? This is annoying me. This is annoying me! I wish I could make south. It makes me sad. Puth, like Charlie Puth? No, I've done that. Wonder what the TH word is. Nope, we've already done stomp. Sumo, nice. Bonus word. I thought you'd done this already, man. I'm so surprised you gave me a bonus word. No. Supter. Can my mouse work? Goodness. Hours! I like that. I don't always remember which ones are valid. Ah, I see. I thought you had, like, the list open and you were waiting for the opportunity to say certain words. Unto. Untos. Nope. Okay. Somp. Nope. Not a word. I'm guessing it's a couple of, like, something words. Going off what I see in the moment. Huh. The more you know. Utmost? Oh. Utmost. And upmost. Nice job. Like rupt? No. Has to be an E there. Erupt. Torso? Nice. Anyone seen New Girl, the show? I have not seen the show New Girl. I will admit. Listen, 90% of shows, you can throw TV shows at me if you want, and I can tell you if I've seen them or not. What do you mean there's 70 words again? I just realized the word list. Porto? Oh. No. Did we do port and ports? Okay, we did. Putto. Oh, well that... I don't like that one. Mertz. Tumo. Nope. Oh! American spelling of tumor? That didn't ring in my head because America's Australian. Tumor has an O in it. Tumor has a U in it in Australia. Like, it's T-U-M-O-U-R. There's a scene where two of the characters are arguing over the words upmost and utmost. Oh, like if there's a difference between them? Is there a difference between them? Who wins the argument? Who do you think is the winner of the argument, Olive? They spell it different? They do spell it different. Yeah. It's like how they spell color different. They spell it without the U. And humor, they spell it without the second U. We spell a lot of things with an OU. That's like the UK Oceania spelling. Oceanian English spelling. And then America doesn't. And it's bad. Oust? Outs? Color looks so wrong, spelled different. Oh, you're absolutely right. Color looks terrible without a U. Reason why America dropped the U in those words is because they see it as redundant. So did they drop the G in gnome? Did they drop the K in knife? Like, you can't just drop some letters because you think they're useless and then keep other, arguably more useless letters. Doesn't make sense. If you're gonna take out silent letters, you take out all of the silent letters. You take the P out of pterodactyl. Like, you have to commit to something like that, you know? Most? I think I've done that. I have not. I didn't do mots either. I can repost it since American spelling is based off of multiple languages. Okay. Something something, color is useless, color is useless. Bonk for that pun. They got rid of the drip and pizzazz. I know! You are absolutely right. Like mers. Nope. Merm. Mert. Mont? Monts? Insert no bitches, but make it no use. Oh my gosh. That's not what I wanted to spell! I hate this. Just pause. Nope. Strum. I see. Oh, strop. There we go, that's one. And strut. Oh yeah, okay. That does work. I was like, where's the T that I can add to here? Trum. Trum is the name of one of the D&D characters. He's like a turtle creature. N-O-T-T? Nope. Trump? Don't speak that word. Not in this extremely anti-Trump stream. Rude. Like Trump no, I know what the word Trump means. I know it's not just a name. Opts. Spoken in this sacred house, exactly. I'll be playing my own square since I need more word games. Go for it, G Charizard. Have fun with it. Stupor. Ah, I like that. I like that. Can't do rumor. There's only one R. Nostrum? Whatever the hell that means. My goodness. Muso? Maybe? Bonus word. Of course. Of course. And topmost. Nice. Is munt a word? No. I feel like I've heard of it somewhere, but maybe not here. Hust. Hurt. Whom. Hooth. Just Ruth? Oh! Bonus word. Bonus word. Hey Con, how you doing? Can stout be made? It can't. Mouse. But with no E. I want to cross out this H. Like, there can't be that many other... Like, there can't be many words left that this H has to have. Untruth. Okay. Oh, we've got them both out. Nice job. Monts? I think I tried that already. Yeah, not a word. Toto? Oh, that was a U. Oh, close enough. Puton? That's... I need my mouse to calm down. Oh, we're getting there. 60 out of 70.
Toto.
Oh, both of you? Both of you.
Toto.
I'm being attacked in my own home. Thank you both for the bits. 2 R's, 2 O's.
Toto by Africa.
Mopers. No. Not a word. Oh, nope. There's no S, can't do mums. Sumo, we have tried that already, D-Gauge. It is a bonus word, actually. It's not even a correct word, it's in the bonuses for whatever reason. Did you get Taurus? Yes. Yes. Yes, I did. Mors, morts. Bonus word. Of course it was. I don't know. Orts. Okay. Bonus. Ooh. Murus. There's only one U. Outmost. Thank you. Ooh. The O's gone. Turts? I think I already tried. Yeah. Not found. Trot? I like that word. The word, it's a very cute word. Trot. Tort and torts. There we go. I want this T gone. No, mert. Merm. Mupped. Trop. Bonus word. Mutts. We've already done that. It's right here, actually. I went with turts instead. Well. So close yet so far. Is rut a word? No. And I've done rust. Yep. Just making sure. Merced? Nope. Put? Did that. It is right here. We got all the mini golf ones, don't you worry. Mini golf has been covered. I don't know, oughts. Outs, I've already done that. Would out have 2 T's? No. Mermot. That is impossible. Because there's no... Oh no, that isn't impossible. But it isn't real. Mout. Nope. Route, I think I've done that. We've done pout. We've done tout. I'm pretty sure we've done all of the... Can't think of the word. We've done all of the plurals of those things as well. Did we do tut with 2 T's? Okay. Roused. Noise? Oh, the T's gone! Let's go! Alright. We've got 5. We can do hints now if we want. Okay, so it's OP. Opus! Like magnum. Magnum opus. I know that word, for once. It's just 4s and 5s we want left. M-U. Mert. Merm. Muppet. Mutts. I didn't- what? Okay. Oh well. Mump. I like that. I like mump. And surot? Not a word. T-O. B2s? Nope. Tours? There we go. And then we got routes. Got routes. We did it! Yippee! I'll just eat then? No! What are you eating though? Now I need to know. What's the food of the day? I haven't eaten my yogurt today, actually. I'll finish my yogurt before we go to Miles Edgeworth investigation. Chicken and stuffing? I don't think I've ever actually eaten, like, something, like a meat that was stuffed. Like, that's a very American thing, I think. Like, stuffing. That's not really an Australian thing at all. At least not that I know of. I have chalky milk waiting for me. What a coincidence! So do I. Stuffing is on the side in this case, but I get it. Yeah, I've never had like stuffing. Whether it be on the side or like in the meat. I just haven't had it. I don't know. I don't quite know if it's just Australian culture that doesn't really do that sort of stuff, or if it's just something that I've never experienced because I'm a sheltered child. Only time I've ever really eaten stuffing was in a hungy? What is that? And did I pronounce it correctly? I have never heard of this. Yogurt is so good, especially when it's like in little pouches. It's meant to be like a kid's portion of yogurt, but it's like, it's just such a good snack. Like, why would you just make it, oh yeah, this is a pouch of kids yogurt? Like, what's the difference between child yogurt and adult yogurt? Like, yogurt's yogurt. Why are we separating the yogurt into kid yogurt and adult yogurt? Makes absolutely no sense to me. Recently I tried a new yogurt brand and it's so creamy. Ooh. Glad you're enjoying it. It's Morty? I think I pronounced that wrong too as well, I think. Cooking underground, it's so I have heard of that! I've heard of that through the Australian soap opera Home and Away, which I don't watch a lot, but my mum watches it, so sometimes I'll catch bits and pieces of it. And there was a Morty character called and his name was Tane, and I think he did hungy a couple of times, like using like the underground cooking technique. Hello, Aaron. How you doing? Child yogurt is mobile. Adult yogurt is fat-free, sugar-free, glucose-free, calorie-free, and so on. You are so right. Because when you become an adult, suddenly people put so many dietary restrictions on themselves. They can't. I don't want to eat sugar anymore. I don't want to eat carbs anymore. I don't want to eat. Well, some people do genuinely have gluten intolerances, but like, not everyone who eats gluten-free stuff or chooses to eat gluten-free stuff actually has gluten problems. A lot of them just think gluten-free is better, which No. I've been doing good. It's been a bit. It has been a bit. But I'm glad you've been having an alright time. It's always good to hear good things from people in chat. It's always nice to know that people are doing well. Badger is back. Hello, Badger! Hello, Badger baby! How are you? Yogurt done. Yippee! Alright, shall we continue to the main portion of today's stream? AKA Ace Attorney Investigations, Miles Edgeworth. Is that not a name and a half? Like, oh my goodness. Alright, first of all, let's hope Steam doesn't try to download anything for me. Oh, I don't even have any games that need updating right now. Yay! I updated a bunch of games over the weekend. I updated I updated Phasmo, and I updated Apex. And Apex was a bitch to update because Apex's update was 62 gigabytes, and I just I don't understand why a game needs to be that big. I don't get it. We're doing Ace Attorney Investigations? Yes, we are! We just started it last week. Hello, Entity Tiger. I'm being silly today. Well, come join us. For we at the Strawberry Patch are silly every day. Or at least every day that I'm live. Speaking of my tooth, I should take more painkillers? Go for it. Look after yourself. Alright, let me change the category of the stream. Why did it go back to just chatting? There we go. Works better. I love Ace Attorney. Well, you'll fit right in. Why is my first squares kicking my ass? Yesterday's squares? Your squares today was my squares yesterday. I didn't finish squares yesterday, actually. I don't even think I got that far yesterday. So maybe generally it's just a hard one. So good luck. Yeah, Mayor's happy to Mayor is always happy to help. But yes, last week on Ace Attorney Investigations, oh shit, I have to write something down that I literally just remembered. VOD YouTube command. There we go. So last week on Ace Attorney Investigations, I found a silly tarot reading site. Ooh! What fates are the tarots telling you? I must know. But last week on Ace Attorney Investigations, we started the game. We found, well, by we, I mean Miles Edgeworth, found a man dead in his prosecutor's office, and there seemed to be a potential framing of Gumshoe. We went toe-to-toe with another prosecutor who was trying to tell us that Gumshoe was the killer, and then was trying to tell us that Maggie Bird, once again, was the killer, because poor Maggie can't catch a break. But he's now kicked us out of the crime scene, so I think we need to do more investigations elsewhere. Yeah, and that's where we're at. Also, the prosecutor is the killer. We know this. We saw in the beginning cutscene who shot him, who killed the guy. It's the prosecutor. So, but Miles, but that's something that only we as the audience know. Edgeworth and Gumshoe and Maggie, none of us know that. However, we as the Strawberry Patch saw it ourselves. I forget what it's called when the audience knows something that characters don't. There's a specific term. Dramatic irony. There it is. I'm losing my English class knowledge. I can't believe it. If it ain't Maya getting accused, it's Maggie. It certainly is, Aaron. Poor Maggie. I don't think Maya is even in this game. So unfortunately, I think Maggie has to be target number 1. Let's continue the game. Turnabout Visitor is what it's called. And yes, we've been kicked out of our own prosecutor's office. So now we have to investigate the hallway. English was my worst subject other than gym. I don't know how I remember that. Listen, sometimes things like stick with you. Even like maths was probably one of my worst subjects, but I still remember. I remember Pythagoras. I remember a squared plus b squared equals c squared. I remember that. It's still so confusing that there's just an official translation of the investigations games. I know, it's so cool that they've now localized and ported the games. It's very good. Justice for Maggie, oh, so true. Like, look at her. She's so precious. I sucked in every class in school. Not even... Did you not do, like, whatever your version of, like, textiles or home economics was? Because, like, you're such a crafty person. I can't imagine you not doing that in school. Y'all went to school? Not all the time. By the time I dropped out, my attendance was like 30%. So... I didn't go to school for all the years. Didn't graduate. March 14th, 4:18 a.m. Oh yeah, also this is the middle of the night. I prefer the fans translated games for the second game though. Oh! As what in particular makes you prefer the fan translation? Prosecutor's building, 12th floor hallway. Oh my goodness, he's on the penthouse. I was okay in those classes. I feel like only after leaving school I've gotten a bit better. That makes sense. A lot of the time, because school can be so rigid, it can be very difficult for certain students to excel or find their passion in that subject until they have the opportunity to explore said subject in whatever way they wish. For example, me getting back into reading when I don't have to do Pride and Prejudice or Shakespeare anymore. I can't deal with the super flowery old-timey language. It's people learn in different ways, and school will only give you a certain way of learning and give you a certain things to learn that may not be part of what you are passionate about. I heard the fan translation made a character into a creep who wasn't in the original. Did they? Oh, that sucks. I mean, the names are a bit more clever than in the official ones we got, but still just as good. It's just that we hadn't gotten the official localization for so long, I ended up preferring the fan translation over the official ones, which I haven't played yet. Yeah, that makes sense. I can understand that. Once you're used to something for such a long amount of time, when it does change, it's hard to get used to. So maybe in the future you'll end up really loving the official localization as opposed to the fan translation. But it may take a lot of time, because it took you a lot of time to really fall in love and connect with the fan translation in the first place. What is with that prosecutor? I can't believe how rude he was. It was unbelievable. Please maintain your professionalism, detective. I'm gonna find some real solid evidence proving Maggie's innocence. You'll see, sir. Are these two a thing yet? Like, is there actually ever a point where Gumshoe and Maggie start dating? Because I'm sick of this. But we've been kicked out of the crime scene, sir. True. So then what now? Looks like my life's fallen into yet another gigantic ditch. Do not despair, Ms. Bird. We can overcome this as well. There are many other places and things we should be looking into anyway. Huh? Really, sir? For example, this hallway. The linchpin of his arguments against Miss Bird is related to the master key. In that case, this hallway is the perfect place to look for more information regarding the mystery surrounding my door. Yeah, the investigation begins! We get to walk now! Does Maggie join us? No. No! What are you doing here? Oh, no! Is his name Pain because he's nothing but a pain in your ass? Terrible. Oh, I do love that he now no longer has his name. I'm happy that he's now just known as Prosecutor. That feels vindicating. It looks like you're in quite a pinch, Mr. Edgeworth. To be sure, a murder within the walls of the prosecutor's office is no trifling matter. We must find, apprehend, and punish the killer accordingly post-haste. Sounds like a messy case you've got on your hands. If you ever feel lost or need some advice, my door is always open. Bro, we have beat you in every case. We have seen you win. We are not getting advice from this bitch. I think his name is like Wince in Pain. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that makes sense. How gracious. I will keep your offer in mind. Who is this guy again? Why is there just a basketball hoop around here? I guess I have to have their fun somehow. Even if Edgeworth never does. What is a basketball hoop doing here? Hey, didn't this used to be just outside next to the building a long time ago? Thank you, Taserfish, for the hydrate, and welcome in. I hope you're doing well. This man is always sweating. What advice does he have that is remotely good? Not what is a good antiperspirant, that's for sure. If he always be sweating. Don't know how to stop that. Edgeworth be ballin'. Would Edgeworth? No. If Edgeworth was anything, Edgeworth would be... Edgeworth would not be a theatre kid. Edgeworth would be theatre kid adjacent. He would do mock trial. He would do, like, model UN. He would do, like, debate club. Which, like, it doesn't make you a theatre club kid. A theatre kid. But I feel like it makes you, like, the cousin of a theatre kid. Like, debate kids and theatre kids, I feel like there's a relation there. So when and why was it moved indoors? I don't remember exactly, but I saw one of the officers drag it up here recently. Drag it? I heard that it wouldn't fit in the elevator, so the poor guy had to bring it himself. All the way up to the 12th floor? Youch. I love how all the Ace Attorney protagonists have all these cool powers and stuff. Meanwhile, Edgeworth's power is just his brain. Yeah, we've got... Sorry, I do just like the fact that we can just walk forward infinitely. We can just watch this animation. Look at him go. We're getting his step counter in. We're getting those calories down. Thank you for the posture check, D-Gage. He's not malicious in any way, even in the fan translation, but I'm glad they changed his dialogue to be less weird, at least from what I've heard. I haven't seen the new translation myself yet. Well, we'll figure it out. He's approaching menacingly. He's that guy! He's that guy! If I do this, he's that guy from the TikToks that are like, where you go, I go. You see, I see. It's him. It's just that guy. You need to make that animation into a TikTok and have it slowly zoom in? Possibly. I might. Let's see. Oh, let's talk to this guy, probably. Is everything alright? Yes, sir! If you must know, I weighed myself this morning and I'm finally at 154 pounds. Congratulations? Congratulations! But I was asking about this hallway in this room. Oh! Everything's okay, sir! A word of advice. Stay focused or you may start to lose even more weight. Is he putting on more or less? Is his goal more or less weight? I'm confused. Also, are we shorter or tall? I think we're like... I don't know if it's the hat doing that, but I think we're like the tiniest bit shorter than him. Basketball. What is a basketball doing here? That's Mr. Portsman's prized possession, sir. Heard he also plays soccer, dodgeball, and even tennis. And not a single one of those sports is suitable to be played in a hallway. That's correct. This office. 1203, 1203. Hey Maggie, whose room is this again? It's Mr. Portsman, sir. So he's my new neighbor, I see. I suppose he moved in while I was away overseas? Ah, we gotta break in. I assume his goal is less based on that dialogue, but Edgeworth said something like, keep your focus or you'll lose more weight. Or like, keep being focused or you'll lose more weight. It sounds like he wants to put on... I don't know. Maggie. I was wondering if I may speak with you for a bit concerning this case. I've always been a big fan of the courtroom, but this is like a dream where I'm being cross-examined by the Miles Edgeworth. I can't let this chance pass me by. I must remember to ask her about the master key. I should jog her memory by showing my notes to her with tea. Alright. Tea. The master key. So when did you discover that the master key was missing? By the time I realized it, I think it was around 1 AM, sir. And I noticed it was back at around 2:30 AM. It was just sitting there on the ledge where the security room's reception window is. But I'm sure that between those 2 times it was not just gone, but stolen, sir. Why is such an important key stored in such an insecure place? Probably because no one is usually in the prosecutor's office at 2 a.m. It's not like that, sir. We always keep the key further inside the room, away from the window. Always, you say? Except for this time, correct? Well, I admit that was a bit careless, but I had my reasons. I left it out because I was sort of using it at the time. It was after I'd used it that I left it sitting out on the ledge. She used the master key? What for? Alright. We can go back. The victim. Have you ever met the victim before? Well, I've seen him a couple of times before when I had to go to Mr. Portman's office. Mr. Faith was always playing basketball with Mr. Portsman, sir.
That sounds like fun. Just once I'd have loved to play with them.
It sounds fun, but the only person ever taking a shot was Mr. Portsman.
Oh. Taking all of Faith's spotlight. Why does Maggie sound a bit like Patch? Because there are only so many voices that I can put on.
All Mr. Faith ever did was pass him the ball, sir.
On second thought, I don't think I'd have fit in all that well with them. Used the master key? In another life, Maggie was Patch and also a boy. Trans mask Maggie? Fuck yeah.
What did you mean by you used the master key? Oh, I had to use it to open the door for this prosecutor who had forgotten his key.
She's so cute.
I mean, it's my job as a security guard, right?
I just realized something. I don't have the prosecutor badge on. There we go. There it is.
Ah! What is it? That's right, I just remembered! The prosecutor who forgot his key. It was Mr. Portsman, sir!
What? Please tell me more, Ms. Bird. Quickly. The resemblance is amusing. Yeah, there are only so many voices I can do that, like, aggravate my throat less. Like, going a little higher won't screw with my throat. Going a little lower, or even going a lot lower, like Gumshoe voice, that doesn't go as bad. It's when I go sideways, where I go like, rah, rah, rah. Like I add weird flares, like I go rah, or I go rah, or it's just, or I'm trying to go like nasally like this. I think I had a character that did this for a while. Like those ones suck a little more. Can we get another prosecutor badge since it's the second episode? What, I duplicate? Can I have a duplicate? There's no option. Oh wait, copy? Paste. There we go. No, I won't keep it. That is a dangerous precedent. By the end of this game, the screen will be all prosecutors' badges. Why does the prosecutor badge look so much nicer and cooler and better than the attorney one? I think someone last episode explained possible representation of what the badges mean. Or maybe they even explained it in-game. There's a meaning behind why they look like that, but I've already forgotten. But probably it's just because Edgeworth is more stylish than Phoenix. The badge is asexually reproducing. Truth. What's it called? Mitosis?
It was around 12 a.m.
Mr. Portsman had forgotten his office key, so he came down to security, sir.
And that's when you loaned the master key to him?
No way! It's against regulations to loan the master key out to anyone. I walked with Mr. Portsman to his office and opened the door for him personally, sir.
I see. And then? What happened after that?
Well, he called for me to come close up his office as he was leaving to go home. That was around 1:30 a.m., I think.
So, in summary, for the sake of one forgetful prosecutor, you used the master key twice tonight. I wonder if she knew that that was his room, and but did she open Edgeworth's room? Because he asked her to? Did he trick her? Interesting. So that's what Ace Attorney really means. Very true. The Charizard does look a bit like a Poggy mode. I agree. Talk about suspicious. I doubt you can say that you've never left your keys at home, Detective. I think this calls for a thorough examination of Mr. Portsman's door. Gotta look at that door. Ms. Maggie Bird, correct? I take it that you are an acquaintance of the detective? She was under my supervision back when she was still on the force, sir. One day she got caught up in a murder and things started going downhill, so she quit.
But I owe a lot to Detective Gumshoe for introducing me to my current employer. Or so I thought until a few hours ago. Right before I was about to clock out for the night.
You got caught up in this whirlwind of a case, correct?
Don't worry. My whole life has been nothing but a whirlwind of bad luck and failures. Since I was 6 months old, when I fell from the 9th floor of my apartment building.
Jesus! She what now?
I've been hit by all sorts of vehicles, gotten sick from all sorts of foods, failed at almost every test I've taken, experienced almost every kind of disaster, and now I even managed to be named a criminal just when I've become a security guard.
That's a lot to go through in one lifetime.
I know! And just when I thought I had finally found my happiness, wound up getting you and Detective Gumshoe involved in my bad luck.
You don't need to worry about me, Ms. Bird, nor do you need to worry about yourself. I will solve this case and prove your innocence. All I ask in return is your cooperation.
Yes, sir, Mr. Edgeworth. You can count on me. I'll do all I can to help.
Yeah, I think I heard it a while ago. I heard a story about a man that got into 2 plane crashes and then also a car crash, and then I think something else also happened to him. And the thing is, he survived all of those things. So what you really have to ask about this guy, and also about Maggie Bird, is that, are they the unluckiest person alive because they've experienced all of this? Or are they the luckiest person alive because they've survived all of it? Maggie is still here and still breathing and has been proven innocent so far of everything she has been accused of. I'd say that in itself is very good luck. It's a double-edged sword. Was Maggie one of the witnesses who Edgeworth told to withhold information while on the stand? Maggie and Edgeworth have never met. Maggie first appeared in the second game. And at that point, Edgeworth was no longer a prosecutor that we went up against in cases. From then on, we went up against Payne, we went up against Franziska, and we went up against Godo. Alright, I think that's all I need to do with her, maybe, possibly. Anything about this chair? I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Alright, well, there's a book there. It's the folder! Oh, isn't that the missing O-Series file, sir? No doubt about it. The bloody letters mark it clear as day. There seem to be a few pages missing. Our thief took only what was necessary and left the rest behind. So what are these O-files about, sir? I guess they've got something worth stealing in them, huh? Not particularly. It's just a collection of court case files. However, the cases within these files are not mine. Huh? They belonged to the High Prosecutor that used to occupy my current office. I have my reasons, but let's just say I was charged with keeping them as they were. Ooh, we're gonna get prosecutor law. I heard a story about a person who survived getting hit by lightning multiple times, and I realized it was from Firewatch. I do think that's a true story, though. I think there's someone that's, like, got hit by lightning 7 times? Feel free to fact check that, but I'm pretty sure that's the most amount of times one singular person has been struck by lightning. Then that means the thief must have also wanted the file for a specific reason, right? It would seem so. Only the pages related to that case from 10 years ago are missing. 10 years ago. Do we know anything about 10 years ago? That wasn't DL6. DL6 was... Was it DL6? Is this DL6 again? Fuck. After the second or third lightning strike, you build an immunity. I wish. I heard of one guy who got swallowed 3 times by a hippo. Was it the same hippo? DL6 was 17 years prior? I thought so. Because, wait, okay. Fuck. We don't have Edgeworth in here. I was gonna see if we could find how old Edgeworth is, but his profile isn't here. That's all right. 15 years prior. Edgeworth is 26. So this is 2 years after. What about the guy that just got swallowed by a whale? That did happen recently. Like, it was a whole Jonah and the whale incident. Like, he just went through a biblical event as a... Well, I was gonna say as a real-life person, but there is... But, you know, there are pieces of evidence suggesting that people mentioned in the Bible did exist in real life. So... I'm not gonna get into that can of worms. But yes, he did go through a whole biblical event. I wonder why anyone would care about such an old case. Who knows? A well-crafted, high-quality sofa for visitors. The stitching is excellent. Talk about a luxury waiting area. These babies are also great for napping, you know? You would sleep even out here, detective? In a hallway? Whenever I do, I always wind up dreaming about giving testimony up on the stand. But it always ends the same way. Me getting trounced by a lawyer. Isn't that awful? Maybe I should give it a try sometime to envision myself winning. Okay, nerd. I mean, all myths and fables have to be based on something. Very true. There was a teacher at my first high school that got struck by lightning twice. The second time it happened, instead of calling 911, he called one of his co-workers and she could hear static over the line from the residual. Why would you call a different teacher? I guess science teacher is probably the most helpful of the teachers during an incident like that, but it's definitely a choice. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Alright, Let's go. Let's get in these nooks and crannies. Like a cave diver. Room 1203. I take it that this is Mr. Portsman's office? Yeah, you can't mistake it because of that basketball hoop, sir. Oh, but that reminds me. Mr. Portsman had actually wanted room 1202 really badly. But since you were already occupying it, Mr. Edgeworth, we put him next door, sir. So why was Mr. Portsman so particular about getting room 1202? I'm not sure, but I bet it's because of something like his birthday is December 2nd. Yep, that's gotta be it. I can't think of another reason why. Gee, it wouldn't be the amount of evidence in there. I can think of at least 3. Why am I even wasting time thinking about this? How about this? The door is locked tight. I bet the old credit card trick wouldn't work here, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? This is the office of a high prosecutor, detective. These doors would be pretty ineffective if the average cat burglar could get through them. Aha! So I guess only a great cat burglar could get in. It must be who our culprit is. Might I advise you to return that conclusion to whatever pawn shop you bought it from? Oh, Edgeworth's has some of the most creative roasts. I guess we look at the door itself. A minimalist yet classy door made of top quality wood. Kinda majestic too. Fits in really well with the ambience of the prosecutor's offices. Even Mr. Portsman seems dignified just because he works behind one of these. Nonsense. A man doesn't become more or less dignified because of where he works. Well, he still seems more dignified than Mr. Payne. Mr. Payne? I suppose custodial work can also be dignified. And the basketball hoop. It's Mr. Portsman's personal basketball hoop. Can't believe he put something like this in the hallway at a prosecutor's office. Yeah, you'd think he'd just put up one of those mini basketball hoops that, like, you can hang up on a wall. Would that not be better than this in a hallway? Oh, custodial work is janitorness? Being a janitor and stuff? I see. Edgeworth is such a little bit, but hey, he doesn't exactly seem terribly judgmental. He was like, could be dignified. That's pretty nice of him. Of various things he said. Who'd Miles learn to roast from Gordon Ramsay? Quite possibly. But, you know, it's actually pretty useful, sir. I haven't gotten lost trying to get to your office since it's been here. How long have I had the same office and yet you still managed to get lost? Is this everything? Are we missing anything? I don't think so. I think we're good on the door front. Oh, see, this is ticked off. So that means we must be missing something on the cushions because it's still like this. Never has taken another look. Is there anything else I'm missing? Oh, just the floor? I bet the thief's not under here. Guess there isn't enough space for anyone to hide under here anyway. I mean, if someone could contort themselves to fit, I'd be really impressed. Sounds to me like somebody has already tried at least once before. Yeah, Gumshoe would. Gumshoe would try to get under there. Okay. Maybe we look at my own door. Ah! Imagine Edgeworth being voiced by Gordon Ramsay. I feel like Gordon Ramsay would be better at a Gumshoe voice. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious nook and cranny. Alright, 1202. These 4 numbers on a number plate alone proclaim this to be my office. Whoops! Hey, these number plates slide right out, sir. They have to be able to take the plate off when a room becomes vacant, you know. Oh. Did he swap the plates? Maybe Maggie isn't as, like, doesn't... Ooh. Ooh, the fact that you can slide the plates off makes me think Portsman changed the plates over to get Maggie to get him into a different room. Although, the idea that it can be so easily removed is kind of... Agreed, Edgeworth. I don't see any signs of forced entry. And according to the guard, no signs that the lock was picked either, sir. Meaning that the door really was opened with a key. Did you happen to ask if any prints were lifted from the doorknob? Apparently the doorknob's clean as a whistle. Wiped, they think. Whoever this thief is, they did a good job of not leaving any clues behind. Ooh. Weepy. I would try to sleep under there. Something about a crawl space. Yeah. It would be so... The compression from that thing would be so good. Never hurts to take another look means you've inspected every mandatory element, but it might not be checked off if there's optional stuff remaining. Ah! That's really helpful. That's a really helpful hint as to knowing if we've gotten everything important or not. Thank you. A minimalist yet classy door made of top quality wood. It's sturdily made, making it near impossible to break in by force. It's almost majestic, sir. Wish I could be as stately as this door. Only Gumshoe would praise a door as something greater than himself. Being a detective has its own rewards and a certain virtuous value, I think. If you live up to your full potential, it's a poignant trait that anyone can admire. I see. So you're saying, sir, that me being me is the best thing I can do for everyone? Right. This bitch. That long pause wasn't exactly reassuring, sir. It sure as fuck was not. Alright, nothing else there. We've done talked to Maggie, done this. We've done everything. Maybe I have to talk to Gumshoe? No? The basketball's done. What am I missing? Surely there'd be something new I have to look at by now, right? Like... Present the badge to Gumshoe? Yes, sir! What, present the badge? Okay. Your prosecutor's badge is really tiny compared to my police badge. Oh, but it's really cool, sir. Much, much cooler than my badge could ever be. There's no need to suck up to me, detective. Do you need to start thinking about connections with the evidence you got? I mean, maybe, but I assumed that... At least Edgeworth said earlier that he... Edgeworth usually makes it known when we have to start connecting things, but maybe we're out of, like, the tutorial stage. So maybe we do need to do this. Maybe... the master key being stolen and the master key being used? It went missing from 1 AM till 2:30, but it was used at 1:30? Well, I wouldn't say there's a... I'm not sure there's a connection here, but there's definitely a discrepancy. Let's see if this works. Please? Thank goodness. Miss Bird, I'm afraid there's a flaw in your story. What? No, wait, pal. I mean, sir. You said that you locked up Mr. Portsman's office at around 1:30 AM, correct? However, the master key had already been stolen at that time. Whoa. Nothing gets by you, Mr. Edgeworth. You saw that contradiction like a pro. I'd totally forgotten all about that, but thanks to you, I remember it now. You're right. It was around that very time that I realized the master key was missing. And? Well, I'm a security guard, sir. I couldn't just admit to losing the master key, could I? So I pretended to lock up his room, sir. You pretended? Oh, he absolutely swapped the plates. She says pow just like Gumshoe. It's adorable. Yeah, I used my house key and made it look like I was locking up, sir. So in actuality, you never did re-lock the door then? Well, I thought that maybe I could go lock it after I found the key. Come to think of it, I guess the door still hasn't been locked properly. But we said the door was locked! So we gotta make another connection? Oh. We can't. Okay. So what do we do then? So she could not lock it up. So maybe if we go back in here, we can try again. Yes, every suspicious looking nook and cranny. Okay, there's stuff left here. Deduce! Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? Yes. The Ms. Bird unlocked the door, but the master key was stolen, so she could not lock it up. Eureka! Eureka! There's a contradiction here between the reality and the evidence. If what Ms. Bird has said is true, then why is this door locked tight? Huh? You know you're right. Ms. Bird, are you sure you didn't relock this door? I am certain of it, sir. And I don't think Mr. Portsman noticed it himself that I hadn't. Which means... what, sir? If it either means that he actually does have the key to his office, or that the door Ms. Bird opened wasn't this one at all, but a completely different one. I knew it! The plates were swapped! She opened a different door? But how can you prove that? There's an easy way to find out. All we need to do is we need to examine these. Prints on the number plate! The prints on the number plate. They will tell us all we need to know. Everything? Really? Like, what, sir? Like, well, for example, what? The print on the number plate was incorrect? What the? Huh? I jumped the gun. I hate it when I make conclusions in this game that are right, but I've actually just skipped 5 steps and I have to do those 5 steps first. Prints on the doorknob then, I guess. The prints on the doorknob will tell us everything. Hey, you! Yeah, you, pal! Do us a favor and see what you can lift from this, okay? So what did you find out? There's no need for such belligerent nostril flaring, detective. Sir, I have found only Mr. Portsman's and Mr. Fate's prints on this doorknob. So only 2 people's prints were found on this, huh? That's pretty decisive. Huh? I'm lost, sir. Thinking logically, a certain other person's prints should be on this knob as well. Now then, whose prints should also be on this doorknob? Maggie!
Take that!
Don't you find it odd that the prints of the person who unlocked this door are absent? You mean... Yes, the door that Ms. Bird opened could not have been this one, but a different one. Yeah! Let's go! What have we here? Something at the bottom of the door! Let's get it! What is this? Looks like a scrap of paper. I'll get it, sir. Let's see. Oh, there's something written on it. Oh, sorry, that was in... That was meant to be in Gumshoe's voice. I've been AFK because I've been playing more Vanguard games with mates. After the most tortured game of my life, I was able to go into my finisher to win. Hell yeah! Sometimes you need to go through hell to get out the other side. It looks like a note from the victim. I brought the 3 pieces of evidence by just like we talked about on the phone, but it looks like you're out. Guess I'll catch up with you later, buddy. 3 pieces of evidence.
Yeah, and it's for Mr. Portsman.
Interesting. Wonder how that goes into everything. Basketball. Is this basketball property of Mr. Portsman? Yes, sir. He's always ready for a match.
Basketball, soccer, dodgeball, tennis. Doesn't matter what sport it is, he's game. Although I think it'd be a little hard to play tennis with this ball.
That isn't the point you should be focusing on, Detective.
You're right, sir. Now I know what I should be focusing on. Bad Mr. Portsman. Someone should teach him to clean his toys up after he's done playing.
I think we've reached the end of this conversation. Anything else? Yep, a minimus door. Something about, yep, being dignified. The basketball hoop. Position to be off a little. Off a little how? Guess it. Oh, it is off! Oh, it looks different!
I guess it shifted when someone made a seriously sweet slam dunk.
The positioning of the hoop is definitely unnatural. I better take note of this. You're right, it has been moved. Because you want... Because it was to convince Maggie. I'm understanding it all now. I don't understand the motivation, and I don't understand the 3 pieces of evidence, but I understand how he did it. Poking around in this hallway has actually paid off quite handsomely.
Huh? How so, sir?
In a variety of different ways, I think it's time we had a little chat with the real culprit of this case. You know who the killer is? Wow, Mr. Edgeworth? As long as my logic is sound, then yes. The mastermind behind this murder is none other than Mr. Portsman. Let's fucking go! What? Mr. Portsman?
I knew it! That's exactly what my logic senses were telling me too.
Sure, dude.
I suspected it was him from the instant he accused Maggie of being the killer, sir.
That is anything but logical. Lady and gentlemen, prepare yourselves. Come what may, it's time to knock on truth's door. I'll do the knocking. I was trying to do it in beat, but I just ended up hurting my finger. Thank you for the hydrate, D-Gage. I actually just drank a sip of milk, but then you were like, no, drink water instead. Portsman tried to be smart, but Edgeworth's brain is much bigger and wrinklier. You are correct, Aaron. Mr. Portsman, I finished processing the bloody letters, sir. Oh, goodness, I did... Okay, I'm trying to think. I did, like, vaguely deeper and also American accent. Thank you for the head pats, Thunder Phoenix. Alright, let me take a gander at it, pass it here. Okay, looking good. You there, take good care of this. Piggy in the middle?
Well, if it isn't Detective Gumshoe. End of the line for you, Portsman. We've got you now.
Portsman should have used the little grey cells. Portsman should have had a mind palace.
Call off your dog, Mr. Edgeworth.
Is this some kind of joke?
It's no joke.
We know, Mr. Jacques Portsman, that you are the guilty party in this case.
Ugh. You must be pretty upset getting chased out of your own room. I'd be mad too. So I guess you can stay, if you promise to stay out of our way.
You intend to hide your crime under the guise of a prosecutor doing his job? I can see right through the unsightly, paper-thin mask you wear upon your cowl.
Who would have ever thought it would come to this? Actually, come to think of it, your mother was Manfred...
Your mother? Your mother? Yeah, Manfred von Karma gave birth to Edgeworth himself. carried him for 9 months and went through a torturous labor. Oh, jeez. Actually, come to think of it, your mentor was Manfred von Karma, right? Trans Manfred, yeah. Oh, also, yeah, go for it. Clip, quote, do whatever you want. The legendary prosecutor who never lost a single case for 40 long years. But there was always this incessant chatter about forged evidence with that guy. Really teaches me that I gotta stay on the lookout for false accusations, you know? Are you done trying to play mind games with me? Because they won't work. The only thing you should be using is that mouth of yours for now is explaining yourself. Although that, too, will only dig your hole deeper. Either way, your game is up. Well, aren't we full of ourselves? Even though you have yet to prove anything. 1v1! Gym battle! I also love that he's trying to use Von Karma against him. Like, the whole trial of Edgeworth against Von Karma didn't happen. Like, bro, you're not up to date on the goss. I have no idea what sort of harebrained idea you have in mind, but there is a mountain of evidence that points away from me being the culprit. Besides, how, may I ask, you propose I unlocked your door and got in here? Look, I feel bad doing this to you, but I've got work to do, so we're done here. Sorry, but we are not finished yet. Boy, you're stubborn. I suppose you're basing your accusations on something. I'll show you what I'm basing my accusations on. With evidence! Woohoo! Alright, we do a lot of pressing first. Press! Q!
Hold it!
My accusation is a harebrained idea, is it? You tell me. I'd say it is. After all, there's a mountain of evidence that points away from me being the culprit. Q!
Hold it!
Oh? And what, pray tell, kind of evidence are we talking about here? Jim was my partner, so you can't say I had motive for killing him. And? That's it? That's not even an anthill, let alone a mountain. But it's more than enough, wouldn't you agree? Might I recommend that you review what the word evidence means? It doesn't change the fact that the evidence doesn't point to me as the killer. Oh, we'll make it point to you as the killer, my guy. Q.
Hold it!
Unfortunately, I believe I have already shown how earlier. Your speculations mean nothing, as I still insist that I could not gain access to your room. What should I do now? Should I raise an objection? I mean, I might as well raise an objection. You claim to have had no way to open my door. However, is that really the honest truth? Alright, I'll humor you. Go ahead, shoot. Very well then. I propose that you used this to open my door. Oh. The key? Would it be the key or would it be Maggie? I'm gonna do... I'm gonna do Maggie! How do I do it? How do I use her? Oh, I can't use a profile. Okay, I have to use the key. Okay.
Take that!
You can't present profiles? Well, that's bullshit. I believe you were able to open my office door with the master key, no less.
Objection!
Wait. Hold on for a sec. I never laid a finger on that key, as you already know. Precisely. You were able to open my door without lifting a single finger. Well, maybe you did, but only to direct. That's right. You used your finger to direct this person! Maggie!
Take that!
You had asked Miss Bird to open your own office door for you, yes? Yeah, I kinda forgot my key at home. Happens a bit too often for my taste, you know? We got him sweating, we do! He now has to not ask advice to Mr. Payne about antiperspirants. But the room you had Miss Bird open at that time was not your own, was it? What? You have quite the imagination. Why don't we ask the girl herself whose door she opened, shall we? I'm certain that it was Mr. Portsman's door, sir. I checked the number plate to make sure I was opening the right door, sir. See, Miss Bird backs up my story. Yet, what if you had misled her, to fool her into thinking what you wanted? Huh, and how do you suppose I did that? By switching the number plates on our doors, for example. Fuck yeah, baby! That's right, they do slide out pretty easily. Furthermore, you then used one other thing to give a very strong impression. That the door she was opening was yours, and not in fact mine. What was it that Mr. Portsman used to make Miss Bird think that it was his room? The hoop!
Take that!
Get hooped! What? The basketball hoop, sir? It's quite the peculiar fixture in any hallway, let alone a hallway in this building. Which is why it left an unusually strong impression on you. It's an object perfectly suited to sit just outside the office of a peculiar prosecutor. Ah! That's very true, sir. Because there was a basketball hoop sitting there, I thought the door I was opening had to be Mr. Portsman's. There are signs that the hoop has been moved. To sit in front of my office, to be sure. I see. So that's how you throw suspicion on people. Thanks for the tip. But I think your conjecture is a little off the racetrack. And how is that? Now you're just spouting nonsense. I had the girl open my office door. After that, I was in my room the entire time. You don't have a single reason to suspect me. Oh, jeez. So he intends to claim his innocence to the end, does he? I'm as pure and innocent as my jacket. Miss Bird is as dirty and guilty as the jacket she wears. My jacket's not dirty, and I'll have you know. I just washed it yesterday. I said that so wrong, but don't even worry about it. Please calm down, for I intend to show who is the one truly covered in slime here. I do like slime. Alright. I don't even think I need to press these. I had the girl open my office door. After that, I was in my room the entire time. Okay, I think I can- No! Back! I think I can just present- I think we can just present- Oh, actually. Wait, that's actually an interesting question. Found under the door for the absent Portsman. Would that not be... Yeah. Though I feel like the door could also work because it proves that Maggie didn't open this door. Wait! Okay, I'll do the letter first.
Objection!
I'll try that at least. Okay, I'm right. First instinct. I should always go for. That was a lie. What are you talking about? How was that a lie? This is a note that the victim left for you, Mr. Portsman. A note? It was left under your door, or did you not notice? And right here it says, but you're out. You were not in your room when the victim came to call on you. So then, where were you and what were you doing? Ah! Shall I explain it in full detail for you? You were busy snooping around in my room, the very room you had Ms. Bird open for you.
Objection!
That's just nonsense. You have no evidence that I made the girl open your door for me. Oh, but I do. I have very decisive evidence. No way! This is proof positive that you had Ms. Bird open the door for you. I think now we do the door, right? The fact that her prints weren't on this knob. This is good music. You are very right.
Take that!
I had your door dusted for prints. Okay, this is the correct one. A door? What for? That rhymed. Come on, I bet you didn't find anything. You sure are good at wasting time. You're right, I didn't find anything. And definitely not Ms. Bird's fingerprints. Her prints? What did they have to do with anything? Let's put it this way. If she really was the one who opened your door, then her prints should naturally be on the doorknob she touched. Ah! Further, all of the prints on my office door's knob have been wiped clean off. I can only assume it's because Ms. Bird's fingerprints were on it. Don't you think it's time you gave up your charade? We know you stole into my office with the intent of stealing something from me, and Detective Faith found you out. Possibly because he heard sounds coming from a room whose occupant was on leave. Mr. Portsman, you killed Mr. Faith to silence him. And I had the misfortune to return when I did. You had to threaten me as you escaped. As I said when you had the gun to my back, no one gets away with committing murder in my office. Just what's so funny, pal? Well, that look of stiff seriousness on the face of this officer's fine prosecutor. As he makes a huge mistake in accusing me is simply too much to bear. There's just nothing else like it in the world. What? Mr. Edgeworth just explained it all and he even backed it up. You're the murderer. Stop trying to be slippery and just admit to the crime already. Now this is the song that I know. And as I said earlier, it's also circumstantial, so full of conjecture. You say you checked my doorknob for prints? Well, I can readily confess that I had wiped that knob down well. Huh? I'm a little obsessive-compulsive, you see. Ooh. Oh, you are a dickhead. No one can be just a little obsessive-compulsive, my guy. You are either obsessive-compulsive or you are not. It's like the whole touch of the tism. Like, no one is a little bit autistic. You are either autistic or not autistic. I didn't want to touch a doorknob that you had touched, which is why I wiped the knob down as soon as I could after you opened the door. After that, it makes perfect sense that only Jim's and my own prints would be on there. You made that up just now, didn't you? Furthermore, as for the note Jim left for me, do you know exactly when that was? For all we know, he could have left it there before I arrived at the office. Like, early evening, for example. Are you saying you failed to notice a note in your doorway? Hey, even geniuses fail at times. I was probably too preoccupied by work-related matters, although that's no excuse. Now that's just a flat-out lie! There's no way you didn't notice a note that size! But you can't prove that, can you? Say something, Mr. Edgeworth! Back me up here, sir! Ugh. Portsman makes a good point. I can't prove that he didn't simply overlook it. Besides, I have an airtight alibi. Airtight, you say? I only just realized I had one as we were talking. Yes. Realized. I guess it would have been better for all of us if I had told you sooner. Alright. We've got an alibi now. About 3/4 cup full of the tism. Yeah. I'm only a percentage autistic, not 100%. Only 50% of my brain has the autism. If If memory serves, you came back to this office at around 2 a.m., correct? It was then that you had that unfortunate confrontation at gunpoint with the culprit. But at exactly that time, I was down in criminal affairs. Ask around. I'm sure the other detectives will corroborate my story. Perfect alibi. I'm not officially diagnosed, but at this point I consider myself 89% autistic. Banned. Do you really think it's that perfect? Like I said, I don't care. Ask around all you like. You'll see for yourself. Detective Gumshoe. So, yes, sir. I'll go check out his alibi, sir. Be right back. Mr. Edgeworth, sir. I think we're all in trouble. It's just like Mr. Portsman said. The guys down in criminal affairs said they saw him around 2 a.m. You see? All of the evidence points to him being the culprit. So there must be a contradictory point in his alibi somewhere. Interesting. Oh, where's the contradiction? Came back to this office around 2 a.m. Press.
Hold it!
You are correct, it was around 2 a.m. Are you sure? It's really important to me that you were spot on all the time. Spot on with the time. My bad. I remember checking my watch then, and make no mistake, it was 2. Ooh, giving testimony like a pro. Okay, so you came back to your office at 2. It was then that you had the that unfortunate confrontation.
Hold it!
It is as you say. However... Yes, however, you are the only one who claims to have bumped into the culprit. So tell me, did you see the person's face? Was it me who you saw? It was pitch black, so I couldn't actually see.
Objection!
Oh, come now. I'm sure you saw something. Try a little harder, why don't you? I'm beginning to feel like I'm the one being interrogated here. Oh well, it doesn't matter if you remember or not. It only matters that you ran into the culprit. Exactly that time I was down in criminal affairs. Press!
Hold it!
So you paid the criminal affairs department a visit? Yup. Right after I left the prosecutor's building, I headed straight for the precinct. Ask around, I'm sure the other detectives will corroborate.
Hold it!
Well, we did go and ask around to confirm your testimony. And it was just as I said, right? Yes, sir. A number of detectives said that they saw you around at that time. See? I have the perfect alibi! That's the ace I had up my sleeve. Ah, impossible. He actually does have the perfect alibi. What's wrong? Why the sudden sullen look on your face? Won't you say anything back, Mr. Edgeworth? I think we've reached the end of the line and it's time to get off this crazy train. You there. Sir, please escort the young lady out. But remember, be gentle. Maggie! Detective Gumshoe! Is there nothing I can do? There must be a way to turn this situation around. If I only had a clue. Did I miss something that can Did I miss something that can help me cast doubt on his alibi? I need to calmly think this through one more time, and with logic. Okay, we got logic now. Oh. What could be the what could be the things I connect here? Well, one of them is Portsman's alibi. Almost definitely, right? It has to be the alibi. So is it the gun? Or the files? Or is it not Portsman's alibi? But I feel like it should be. Huh. Oh, what's the pick here? It is a tricky one, Cass. You're absolutely right. The intruder I met could not have been Portsman, and who could it have been? Plus, other than the victim's gun that I found, could there be another gun in play here? I feel like it's this one. Is it the gun? Because I feel like the gun... I've got a few health bars. I can try. Okay, we're correct. There were 2 bullets left at the scene of the crime. One that robbed Mr. Face... Mr.? I love when I just give myself a lisp out of nowhere. Also, myself? That's not a lisp. That's just... Why can't I speak? And one that nearly robbed me of my jacket. Terrible comparison, Edgeworth. However, the murder weapon only shows signs of being fired once, meaning that it is entirely possible that a second gun was used in my office tonight. Thank you for the bit, Thunder Phoenix. But, seeing as how the killer had to steal Mr. Faith's gun, I doubt the killer had another gun up their sleeve. Therefore, the second gun could have been the property of an entirely different person, which could mean that there was another person who paid a visit to my office tonight. Oh. But who? Sometimes words just don't word. Agreed. Words suck. Okay, well now I guess I have to add these 2 together because these are the only ones left. Thank you for the posture check, money. Supposing there was yet another visitor tonight, that would also resolve the issue of why my shelves were upended twice. We know that the shelves were disturbed once before and once after the murder, so it shouldn't be much of a stretch to think that it was the work of 2 different people. Once by the person who stole the victim's gun and then killed him with it, and once again after the murder by our second culprit, who was the owner of the second gun. If we suppose that the second culprit's gun was the one that was pointed at my back...
Objection!
Mr. Portsman, it seems that I need to amend my assumptions regarding this case. Oh. Thank you, G. Charizard, for the boom. Very ominous. Great, so you finally come to your senses. Mr. Edgeworth! So what are you saying? This has been a big misunderstanding on my part from the start. I had assumed that the person I ran into was the killer, but that may not be the case. What do you mean? The person I ran into was just your average thief. A thief? But, sir, doesn't that cause some sort of contradiction in the facts? Not at all. It simply means that the killer was someone else. And it means that, in actuality, 2 culprits stole into my office tonight. What do you mean, 2? The way Edgeworth winds up to do his finger point there is cold. I love Edgeworth. This dramatic little bitch. That's what comes from being theater kid adjacent. It explains both why my shelves were disturbed twice and how there were 2 guns. Mr. Portsman tricked Ms. Bird and gained entry into my office. Now you're just leading the argument. You still don't have any actual proof, you know. If you could please go along with my hypothetical scenario for now, Mr. Portsman. In the end, if you really are innocent, you should have nothing to worry about. Grr. Now then, returning to my scenario, Mr. Portsman was out to steal something from me, which is why he checked my secret safe and ransacked my shelves. This is the first time.
So then this would be when the files were put back in the wrong order, right?
Correct. And then, just when he was about to look somewhere else, who should walk in but his own partner, Mr. Faith?
Why did Mr. Faith come into your room, sir?
He probably had business with Mr. Portsman, which is why he was in the area. But that's when he noticed sounds coming from my office, would be my guess. Oh, because you were supposed to be away, right?
And he must have thought it was odd, so he came into this office to check it out.
Correct. And as a detective, that was the right thing to do. But when he came in, he found his own partner standing there. Because it was Mr. Portsman. Mr. Faith probably let his guard down. But Mr. Portsman was not so merciful as to let him leave alive. Ooh. He waited for a chance and stole Mr. Faith's gun from him, and then he killed him. He silenced Mr. Faith for I did it again! He silenced Mr. Faith for catching him in the act of stealing. This was the moment in which the first shot was fired, the one that landed in my files. Following that, Mr. Portsman wiped the gun down and left it behind as he made his exit. He could afford to do that because he had also left the fake dying message behind.
You're such a complicated troublemaker, you know that?
Well, if things were as simple as that, then all would be solved. However, there was yet another visitor to my room, and this is where it gets complicated.
There was another? Visitor, sir?
Yes, and this other person's objective was also to steal something from me. Now then, even after Mr. Portsman left, the door to my office remained unlocked. However, this new visitor had no way of knowing that, and so they stole the master key from the security guard's room, and then entered my room and searched through my shelves. This was the second time they were disturbed, and it seems the thief found their prize.
The stolen O-file, right, sir?
Hey, Wolf, how you doing? He learned his pointing from right. He could have. I think they both influenced each other in amazing ways. Correct. Only, just as the thief was about to leave with the file, I appeared. The thief then threatened me with their own gun and made their escape. The second bullet was fired during that brief encounter.
So the shelves getting messed up twice and the two bullets, it was all because two different people were doing those things at two different times.
Precisely. So now do you see, Mr. Portsman? The person I met was just a thief, and was not in fact Mr. Faith's killer. Your alibi for the time frame in which I ran into the other person is now irrelevant, because we now know that the murder took place during the first culprit's visit.
Objection!
I'm doing better than earlier? That's good to hear. And yes, I'd say all is well with me. Thank you for asking.
What's so funny, pal?
Absolutely splendid. Your scenario explains everything.
Of course it does. It's Mr. Edgeworth after all.
But, you know, it still doesn't change the fact that it's all circumstantial. Supposing if, and that's a big if, your theory is right, it would indeed render my alibi, which has withstood scrutiny, mind you, irrelevant. But there is still one defining point of your argument for which you have no evidence. Your supposition that I was the first visitor.
Mr. Edgeworth, you can't let him get away with that, sir.
But he has a point. I've absolutely no proof at this point. Don't say that, sir.
I don't believe this. Don't worry, Maggie. I'll do something if I must.
You know something? I find your attitude to be somewhat peculiar, Mr. Edgeworth. If the person you met really was just a plain old thief, then why is that person not your main suspect? That is, if your theory is correct. Here we go again. Holy crap. That thief you ran into should be your real suspect, wouldn't you say? You should be out there looking for that thief right now. They might still be nearby. I hate to repeat myself, but as I've already said, I was training in my room. And when Jim came to deliver some evidence to me, I was down at the criminal affairs. So I can't be expected to know what happened around here after I left. Yeah, this is a new testimony music. I'm not used to this one. So you think we should be out there looking for the thief? Of course. Now isn't the time to be having these dead-end discussions. I don't think it's at all dead-ended. I find your alibi to be fascinating. Let's continue where we left off, shall we? Ugh. I know he's lying. I know he was here at the scene of the crime. I just have to find a way to prove it. The investigation games are the only ones that have a third testimony theme. Well, good. Deserved. Edgeworth deserves more music. It sounds like Fall Guys music, though. I'm not gonna lie. Q.
Hold it!
Time to slam dunk his ass harder than he slams dunk that basketball. So true, Aaron. Actually, no, I wouldn't. Well, why not? That's elementary. The dying message, of course. Mr. Fate's killer very clearly left those letters on the spines of those files, and it was after they were on there that this thief stole one of them. You mean the O files, right? And that's how we also know the letters themselves were a setup, and not from Mr. Faith. If the thief was the killer, do you think they would try to undermine themselves? Ah! Elementary? It is a probably is a Sherlock reference, is the thing. It almost definitely is. Maybe the killer didn't think of that earlier? Yes, that must be it. Maybe, just maybe. Press A again.
Hold it!
Once escaped, I highly doubt a thief would linger nearby. Well, you never know. Maybe they didn't get what they were really after. Oh? You talk like you know quite a bit about this thief. It's nothing like that. I have no idea about anything, after all. I'm so used to doing that dumb bit, I didn't consider it being the case this time. Well... I think it is the case.
Hold it!
But according to Mr. Faith's note... Hold on, I thought we were already cleared that up. Didn't we say that Jim left that note for me in the early evening? If you have proof that he left it at a different time, say just before he was murdered. I don't have any, no. You see? So I insist again that I was in my office the entire time. When Jim claimed to deliver some evidence to me, I was down at criminal affairs. Press? Why didn't you go there with Mr. Faith? And that's because he said he was tired and was going to take a quick nap. You know those sofas in the hallway? He likes to sleep on those. It's one of his habits. And what of the evidence he brought? They were things related to yesterday's case. Just 2 items, a gun and a pendant. A gun and a pendant. Interesting. This piece of testimony seems too crucial to let slip through the cracks. Brought me 2 items, a gun and a pendant that related to yesterday's case. We do almost got him, I think. We're getting close. It might be an early end to the stream if we keep going the way we are.
Hold
it! A gun and a pendant? Yeah, this gun, which was the murder weapon, sorry, and this pendant, which belonged to the victim. And why were you taking them to criminal affairs? There was something in a past case file I wanted to compare these two to. But all this has nothing to do with this case right now. Anyway, I believe you'll find the long paper trail I left to be to your satisfaction. This is all matching up with what Detective Gumshoe found out. Oh, I don't know what to think.
Hold it!
I can't expect you to know, can I? Nope. But I guess you can expect me to take a guess based on logical deductions. Hey, Bob, happy Tuesday! Oh? Then let's see you deduce. Jim waited for me to leave and then stole the master key. the purpose of sneaking into your room, of course. And that's when Ms. Bird caught him red-handed. And the murder occurred. It's all exactly as I had laid out earlier. I know he's lying. I know he was here at the scene of the crime. I just have to find a way to prove it. Aww. How do I prove it? Oh my goodness, my eyes are like losing focus. I'm getting tired, but I want to finish this case. Please. We should be out there looking for that thief right now. I hate to repeat myself, but as I've already said, I was training in my room, and when Jim came to deliver some evidence to me, I was down at Criminal Affairs. It has to be this I present at, right? How's Ace Attorney going? It's going good. I do love this game. I brought the 3 pieces of evidence. That was really good timing on the boom. 3 pieces. He brought me 2 items. Present. 3 pieces of evidence.
Objection!
He is indeed cooked. Only 2 pieces? I believe the proper phrase here is, you fail. Excuse me? You fail as a prosecutor, Mr. Postman. And Postman. As you intend to keep evidence hidden from me. What are you talking about? I've never hidden anything from you. Well, here's a piece I think you should read. Carefully. Ah! It says that Mr. Faith was bringing 3 pieces! Yes, and this is the victim's real dying message to you, Mr. Portsman. I can't believe... To get tripped up by simple arithmetic! This guy sucks at math, huh? Can't even count to 3. Where is the missing piece of evidence? It's... You have it, don't you? Only the guilty would make such a face. Detective Gumshoe. You don't have to say it, sir. I'll pat the guy down from head to toe. Don't come any closer, I'm warning you. This is all part of the investigation, pal. So don't even think about stopping me. No. Hey, what's this? A tape? You had this on him, sir? Despite what you said, it would appear that you do have something to hide. Why would he hide something like that? There's only one reason why anyone would hide evidence of this caliber. Because it would unequivocally point to that person himself as the real killer. Why would he keep that on him? Probably, I don't know! You know what? I don't know. If he'd put this 3rd piece of evidence anywhere else, this whole testimony may have been thrown out as just him being stupid. It may not have actually screwed him over further. Let's examine this videotape in a little more detail. For the section of the tape that will drive the last nail into his coffin. The KG8 incident? Oh, good. We've got DL6 and now we've got KG8. Oh no. The KG8 incident? That's a police case number, sir. Does that mean this video is evidence from that case? Interesting. However, what's recorded on this isn't what's important right now. Let's give the casing a thorough once-over. Okay. Oh! Blood on the case! And you're right! There was also SL9. We've got a trifecta now. Ah! That's blood, isn't it? Yes, and I believe this is what the good prosecutor was trying to hide from us. This blood is still fresh. You mean this might be Detective Faith's blood? No, you've got it all wrong. No amount of denial can save you. We have but to run a blood test to find the truth. You told us that you had received evidence from the victim earlier. Now you will tell us when and how did the victim's blood find its way onto this video.
Yeah, it's totally suspicious.
I love Maggie. I love Maggie being Edgeworth's hype woman. Was it at the moment of his death? Did Detective Faith have this videotape on his personage when you killed him? You know very well there's no way to prove that. Not even if we were to examine this tape for fingerprints? Ugh. If I had to take a guess, I'd say that the only ones on here would belong to the murderous you and Mr. Faith.
No, impossible.
Oh. He's fucking dead. R.I.P. Mr. Portsman has been placed under arrest for the murder of Detective Buddy Faith, sir. Very good. And the results we got back from the lab techs on the tape turned out to be real solid, sir. The blood work came back, and it was definitely Mr. Faith's blood on there. And as a bonus, they were also able to lift a few of Mr. Faith's fingerprints as well.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Edgeworth. I still can't believe I got to see your cool deduction skills outside the courtroom. I'm impressed beyond words, sir.
It was nothing. I'm just sorry you got caught up in a murder in my office. Please accept my apologies. What a gracious man. A first culprit breakdown of the game. Yeah. It's eating his own medal. His medal was just one of those chocolate coins. Ooh. Chocolate coins are good. Except when you forget about them when you get them and you leave them in your pocket for too long and then they just become sauce.
Oh, it was nothing, really. Compared to what I've been through, I mean. I consider myself lucky that it was only a burglary and a murder this time, sir. If it had been a holdup or a hostage situation, I'd have thrown my hands up in the air. I think I'm finally rising up from a goddess of fortune to just an unlucky person.
Yay! Why'd you have to call it sauce? Well, like, I feel like sauce has a thicker consistency than just, like, liquid. Like, when chocolate melts, it doesn't become just, like, straight liquid. It gets, you know, gooey. Something tells me we should have hired a different person for security detail. Oh, don't let her out of a job! Soy sauce is a liquid? Yeah, but like... sauce is thicker, is the thing. And chocolate sauce is also a thing. Thunder Phoenix is right. You know something, sir? That Mr. Portsman really was one corrupt prosecutor. And why would you say he was corrupt? Well, I heard that there were a number of suspicious things related to his court cases. There's even rumors about how some of the evidence he uses is forged, sir. Forget forged evidence, huh? And they say he even decided not to prosecute a few cases for some really vague reasons.
Oh! That guy was a complete disgrace to the entire profession!
We never did get around to asking what his reason was for breaking into my office. Yeah. Whenever we got near that topic, he just clammed up. Although we can be pretty certain that it was to steal something. This is just between you and me, sir, but there's a rumor that some sort of huge organization is involved behind the scenes. Oh? Well, well. With Mr. Portsman not willing to divulge anything, it certainly lends credence to that rumor. It would seem that we haven't heard the last of this. Huh? That Mr. Portsman isn't the bad... There can be more than one bad guy, Gumshoe. There can be bad guys, and then there can be the bad guys. I don't think he'd make it far in being a prosecutor. Too much thinking for Mr. Jock Sportsman. True. Why is a sports guy doing lawyerisms? Adding that descriptor just makes it more unappetizing to think about. Well, it is unappetizing when it gets all melted in your pocket. So, like, then it's an effective descriptor. I didn't say that. but rather that there are still many more mysteries for us to solve. For example, we still haven't figured out the significance to this piece of evidence. Well, we didn't use this, so I'm gonna say this.
Take that!
The person who stole this file, the other villain of the night. Yeah, I wonder who it was. And what happened to the stolen pages? I wonder, who in the world was it that held me up at gunpoint? Mr. Edgeworth, sir! Yes? I came across this while I was processing your office earlier, sir. This card. Oh no, another card? Like the assassin guy? What is it, sir? Is that a bird or something on there? It's not just any bird. It is the mark of the raven. A three-legged raven. Even you should know what this is, detective. Oh! It's about that thing, isn't it? That great thief everyone's talking about? Master Mask? Yes, it is the mark of the great thief Yatagarasu. Interesting. Under the mark of a legendary bird, the Yatagarasu is noble to the end, a modern Robin Hood. Labeled mysterious and phantom-like, the Yatagarasu appears and vanishes at will. Though we don't know much about this thief's ultimate goal, we do know the targets. The Yatagarasu likes to find and make public evidence of corrupt dealings of all sorts. The theft is always performed in silence and always with perfection. Once a target is chosen, no dramatic calling card or announcement is set forth. Instead, the chosen corporation is infiltrated without even the target noticing. Some days later, the evidence that was found is sent out to the mass media, along with this single card. Although it has been a while since the Yatagarasu's last appearance. Someone who correctly pronounces at first try. I think, just from my... I don't have a lot of experience getting involved in Japanese media, but I have read certain manga. I have read some manga and I have watched some anime and stuff like that. So if I feel like, even though I don't really speak, read, or understand Japanese, if there's one thing I feel like I'm kind of good at, it's knowing the pronunciation of Japanese words, or like being able to correctly assume the pronunciation of Japanese words. Because I know, to an extent, the kinds of syllables that Japanese people use and that the Japanese language uses. And I think that also helps with me also being involved in Korean media. I feel like there's a similarity between, like, the languages and stuff like that. So yeah, I attribute it to that. Yatage Racer? Yeah, no. I don't think I've ever heard a Japanese word or a Japanese name have, like, the A sound. When it's romanized, A is almost always ah. Also, it sounds smoother. Yatagarasu, as opposed to what? You said... Oh, jeez. That's definitely an Thank you for the 10 bits, though. But no, it sounds better than Yatagarasu. No. Yatagarasu. They remind me of the viral videos of Fortnite players trying to say Kamehameha. But they don't even know, like, the meme? Like, Kamehameha is a whole meme, and they still don't know it? That's kind of wild. Although it has been a while since the Yatagarasu's last appearance. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth! Look, something's written on the back. What? Let me see. It's the location of where the thief put the stolen files. So the person who stole the contents of the file was the Yatagarasu. Yadagarasu. Organization. Quite a few key words are popping up in this mystery. The murder in my office. The return of the great thief Yadagarasu. Looking back, I can't say I didn't see these events coming, for they were heralded by the incidents that began to occur 2 days ago. Ooh, are we gonna get a prequel case? The end. You know what's super interesting about this? Is that, like, the original trilogy, right, of Ace Attorney games, there is an ongoing storyline with that trilogy, right? But I feel like it is not made super apparent from the beginning of the first game that, like, there's an overarching plot. I feel like the first time there's an inkling of an overarching plot is during the Edgeworth murder case, when we hear about the likes of, like, the DL6 incident, and we hear about, like, Misty Faye being connected, and therefore there's still a mystery there of Misty Faye being missing and stuff like that. That's like the first case where that starts to give an inkling that, like, there's more to this overarching story than we've already seen. Wow. Right off the bat of this game, we've already got an overarching story. We've already got somewhat of a cliffhanger. And it's cool as hell. Yeah, I'll save. There we go. Cool. What's our next case? The Return of the Queen! Cass, you are going to love this woman. Cass, you're going to adore her, I hope. I think and I hope. Oh my goodness, the return of the Queen, the return of the wife. Well, Maya's wife, but also my wife. I need to get Mare into some good Fran Maya fan art. Oh my goodness. Okay. We're done though. We won't start that. I'll also recommend you some Narumitsu fanfics that I have read, Mare, if you are open to them. Because I haven't read a lot of stuff that gives spoilers to other series. It's just stuff that's about, like, the original trilogy, or just, like, miscellaneous stuff. And Maya's wife returns. Exactly! Let's go! So exciting! Oh, it's gonna be fun. Well, I can't believe the tutorial case took 2 weeks to finish. Took 2 episodes. The tutorials are usually so short. So it's a surprise that that one did take. New items unlocked in the gallery. Like what? Brandmeier and Rightworth supremacy? Agreed, Aaron. Aaron, you have incredible taste. We've got accolades for successfully making a connection, for successfully presenting the correct evidence, for playing the game with HD chibi characters. We've got a all the photos. That's good to have. And then the character compendium. We've got Portsman, Buddy Faith, Maggie, Officer Forensics. There's no guarantee I'll be able to get my mind in a place where reading is something I can do, but it's been done before. I mean, I don't often read really long fanfics, so, like, I wouldn't give you an essay to read. Alright. That is all for today. I think we'll leave... Yeah, let's see who we raid today. But I am really excited about this game. No name, that's just their job? Yeah. Listen, if there's one thing I've learned from Air the Somnium Files is that you don't learn the name. And if you do, you forget it. Pull a tarot card? Sure I will, Thunder Phoenix. What's up? Do you have a question, or are you... do you want vibes? Is this a question or a vibe check? Just vibes? No worries. I may or may not have restarted a fic with 1.8 million words. Oh my goodness. I've read long stuff. But I've never read something that long, that is for sure. My goodness. Okay. Let's... Oh. Hello. Oh. Oh no, I lost it! Ah, I lost it! I think the longest fic I read was like 300,000 words. I don't know what the longest fic I read was. Probably a few 100,000 as well. I'd assume a similar amount. I took about a year off so they could write more chapters and I forgot what was happening, so I just restarted. Oh no! Alright. Ugh. This card? I think this card is like the deck's favorite card to give me. It gives me this all the time. So, yippee. It's a good card, to be fair. I need to read Sloane's Apex crossover fic. So do I. I haven't finished that yet. So, Thunder Phoenix. Your card is the Ace of Wands. The keyword on it is new adventures, but the other keywords are creativity, spiritual wisdom, travel, and energy. The Ace of Wands is a card of creativity, travel, and new beginnings. I think I literally... This was maybe the last one I... Is this the last one I pulled for Atare? It might have been. It can symbolize anything from the start of a new job or business. I know that's something you're looking into right now. To the early stages of a creative project or new career path. Pregnancies and new relationships are likely. Congratulations, Thunder Phoenix, you're pregnant. And it can predict a change in home. Exciting adventures abroad, including solo travels and activity-based trips are possible, as well as an opportunity to live or work overseas. Those looking for love could meet their perfect match in a foreign land too. Be brave, daring, and bold, and say yes to new adventures. So from what it sounds like, you might get some good news, and there might be a lot of change. A lot of big new opportunities happening in your life. Man, what did... Yeah, that did deserve to be quoted. Thank you for the stream. Thank you for coming, Con. I am hoping to travel abroad later this year. Hell yeah! Go for it, dude. There we go. I'll put my tarot cards back. Alright. Now to see whomst is live right now. Not only whomst is live, but whomst is live that we want to raid. Oh. It's on a timer? Yeah, Aaron, it is on a timer. It used to not be on a timer. However, there was a point where 5 people like redeemed a tarot card in a row, and like I basically spent nearly an hour of the stream mid-game that I was playing just reading people's tarot cards. Well, it may have been an exaggeration. It may not have been 5, but it took a long time to get through them all, so unfortunately I've since had to place a limit on it. That being said, I don't know. I don't know, maybe a less of a limit, and I'll figure something else to like even it out. But yeah, it's a lot. Ah, who to raid? I don't know. Good question. Honestly, I'd understand if an exception could be made for the end of stream, especially shorter streams. Maybe. I can understand that. No, I don't want to. No, whatever. I'll look at this one, I guess. Oh, I'm just thinking. Who to go to? A raid suggestion if you want. I'm just doing some quick looking. Okay. This person is BRBing. Oh, and this person's just starting. We're actually playing Words on stream right now. But they haven't started stream yet. I had my choir concert today and my voice got better this morning. Let's go, Bob! Okay. Man, I have a feeling I know who you will suggest. Wait, is this person... This person's playing Investigations, but I think they're playing the second one? They are, okay. Clicking away before I get spoiled. Yes, Lazy Cat I was thinking of, but yeah, I might go to Lazy Cat. He's playing Content Warning, which is pretty fun. I'll do Lazy Cat. She's a vibe. She was fun. She was fun to watch. Lazy Cat, we go. Content Warning is very funny. Yeah, there's a lot of Lethal Company-esque games that I want to play. Lethal Company for one, but then like Content Warning Headliners also recently came out, and that looks really fun. Love Lazy. I haven't watched a lot of Lazy's stuff, but when we did raid out to her last time, she was super nice. Also, Grass Cat is a perfect concept. Like, we already know this from, you know, Sprigatito. There we go. We raid Lazy Cat today! Make sure to give her a lot of love. She's playing Content Warning. I watched a Headliner stream recently and I was like, this game is good. Yeah, I've been watching, Wade play it with like JP and Pat and Entwin, and then he's also played it with Mark and Bob, and I've loved watching all of it. But yeah, this is the raid message to those who are followers of the stream. This is the raid message to those who are subscribed. So purple hearts for followers, red hearts for subs. Thank you everyone so much for all of the bits and the chatting and the love today. Make sure to send that forward and be nice and lovely to Lazy Cat. And I think she's doing a, like, collective shared stream. She's doing a streaming together. So a few other people will also be seeing our chats. So be nice, okay? Next stream, we do have a few Jackbox games going on. I've bought 2 new Jackbox packs just for the next stream, but then we'll get back to Ace Attorney next week. This is the Discord if you want to join and hang out with the rest of the Strawberry Patch, and these are my various socials if you want to follow me in other places. Thank you all so much for coming, and I will see you all next time. See ya.